This is good. Hello, everyone. I trust you are all doing so well. My name is Ebenezer Amoako Antwi, and you are actually so welcome to um today's episode of the financial intelligence. So you realize that last week we discussed a lot about finances. A lot was discussed last week, and I'm sure those who joined, actually it was a blessing to them. So if you are new here or you just joined this live stream, make sure that you share the link. Make sure you share the link. So I am actually sharing the link right now at my end. Yes, I'm sharing the link right now at my end. So you can do same too as well. This is deep dive. And then today we are looking at financial intelligence. We are looking at financial intelligence. So kindly make sure that you share the link with your colleagues. Share the link, help us share the link to reach out to people. We are live now. Good. So last week we talked to us about financial intelligence. Then we made us understand that financial intelligence is actually key, when it comes to our everyday living. And then we also looked at some of the misconceptions that a lot of misconceptions are in when it comes to money. Yeah, so we looked at that as well. And so this morning, we're actually going to continue from where we actually ended. So we talk about the fact that if you want to be still sharing on the groups, if you want to be intelligent financially, then there are some things you have to actually do. So we looked at you have to know about investment. Yes, you have the social welfare savings and the way forward. And so we ended actually at investment. And then investment, we said that the first investment that you have to do to be intelligent financially is by investing in knowledge. That should be the first investment that you should actually invest in. And in fact, if you are someone who listens to Apostle Joshua Selman, this statement I made shouldn't be kind of new to you, because even Apostle Joshua Selman has been or have been stressing a lot about the fact that you should make sure that when it comes to knowledge, it is something you should make sure that you invest in so well. So investing in knowledge is very, very important when finances is being, spoken of, or is being talked about. Then we also say, I said that for you to invest, uh, for you to invest in knowledge, then we looked at you buying books. That is one. We looked at you going to conferences, getting audio tapes, and yeah, so all. And in fact, what we are doing on this platform is also part of the investment you can make when it comes to financial investment. Good. Now, still on the investment, we said that buy books. Okay, buy books. Read them. We made mention that you should not just buy the book. Okay, you should read them. Good. So now invest in knowledge. Now the next investment that you have to do is that invest in yourself. Now you see that we are talking about financial investment. We are talking about financial intelligence. But I didn't tell you that if you want to start investment, or if you want to start making money, if you want to start being that whole or well financially, I didn't talk about go and buy treasury bill. I didn't talk about buying land first. I'd first talked about you investing in the knowledge first, then investing in yourself. Self investment is very, very, very important. And when I say that, invest in yourself, I mean it's a lot. Yeah, let me use that word. Investing in yourself is really, really, really a lot, and it's actually vast. I'll explain that. You see, when it comes to you as an individual, okay, investing in yourself can be health, is self investment, relationships. I mean, it's also, first, self investment that you can do for yourself. So the first thing you have to do is that you have to make sure that you are fit to do the investment. I asked a lady that when was the last time you went for checkup? She said she don't know. And I asked why. She told me that, well, for me, I'm not sick. So, I mean, I don't know why I should go for checkup. But I know something. You don't have to be sick before you go to the hospital, you know. Yeah, I personally, I do checkup at least once or twice a year. I go for medical checkup, whether I'm sick or not. That one, it is a must that I have to do to make sure that because if God bless you, you have the money and you are not fit. If you are going to do the investment and you are sick, how do you go about it? So that is why after investing in books, yourself must come in. Okay, good. And then investing in yourself, that is health. The next thing is that you have to invest in relationships around you. Now remember, almost everything that we do on this earth revolves around men. You can argue it, but that is the truth. Almost every single thing that we do on this earth revolves around men. And when I talk about men, I'm talking about that neighbor, that classmate, that church brother or sister. Yes, you make sure that you have this good relationship with them. Now, what happens is that when you are someone who build relationships, when you are someone who have good rapport with people, uh, in fact, you cannot share everything you want to do with people. I see sometimes in conversations, you're trying to get ideas. I said I should read books, but you see that the truth of the matter is that it is not every single thing that you are going to read in books. I'm telling you. And in fact, there are times you see the books, it's kind of theory. Even though the one who wrote the book is writing a practical, there's something he has practiced and is writing. But it is theory. You get it. But then you see that, and it sometimes, you see that, let's say someone in the US writes a book about entrepreneurship. Now, that person in the US is going to write a book or use how entrepreneurship goes in the US. So you see that there are some things they might tell you, okay? Oh goodness, I told us I will bring a book today. There is this Ghanaian called Obenda. He has written a book, and the title of the book, I think I've bought few of them. We have Resilience. Uh, yeah, that book, Resilience. Another book, Perspective. Master, the book is so strong. I realized that he wrote the book from an African perspective. Because when you go to the US, how businesses go, even including YouTube, how it goes is not the same as how business goes in Ghana or in Nigeria or in Kenya, in South Africa. So that is where, aside books, you need relationships, because there are sometimes you go and meet someone who has knowledge in what you want to do. In the course of conversation, then that pop up, you get ideas. And personally, I do benefit a lot from that. I have bankers that when let's say I want to do an investment, I contact them then. And I actually personally I have someone, he's a banker. In fact, I'll talk about him very soon. He has been advising me a lot when it comes to making financial decisions. If I want to buy a treasury bill, if I want to buy a land, whatever thing I want to buy, I get in touch with him. Even including some personal things that needed huge sums of money. I have to inform him, oh, please, I want to buy this. What do you think? Those kind of things. Then he'll give me a lot of ideas, and it helped me. It really, really was of help. So you see that relationships are very, very important. Not just any relationship, but relationship that can add something positive, to your life, and it can also be a blessing to them. Yes. So the person I'm talking about, who have been helping me financially in taking decisions, his name is Sir James. He actually have a YouTube platform. And when you go on YouTube, search for self-made finance. He does a lot of financial videos. That is a blessing. So when you go to YouTube, just search for self-made finance. Finance with Sir James. He has a whole lot of videos. And you see, his videos are meant for families like you and I. How to plan, how to budget, emergency funds, what's the need. In fact, there are a lot of these things that I'm just doing introduction on his platform. He is going to take us through most of the banking details. So please, you make sure that you invest in relationships. It is very, very, very important. Investing in relationships. Then after you've invested in relationships, then I can say, now you've read the books. Now health wise, you are strong and kicking. Now you have people that you can take practical advice or practical ideas from. The next thing you have to do is to go straight into the business. That is where the money starts coming in. Please, are we clear? Now that the books, you've gathered a lot of knowledge in the book. Now that you are strong health-wise, you can move, those kind of thing. Now that you are surrounded by a group of people, who are willing to give you this advice, financial, who are able to guide you, make sure that things are in line. The next thing is that go and start work. Good. Now, one misconception that all of us we are having is that when you talk about investment, what comes to our mind first is money. Then the next thing, that when the money comes, normally most people, when we talk about investment, they are looking at putting the money in a bank or investing some money into a financial institution that will bring the person money. In fact, that is so good. It is one of the ways of investing. In fact, there are people in Ghana who bought government bonds. They bought government bonds and now they are in trouble. But by then, it was a very sound, wise, and easy investment scheme for them. You are lending to your government. Definitely, a government should be able to pay. So, but then when we talk about investment, it's not only about doing it with a financial institution. So, in fact, I wouldn't talk about that now. Now that you've gathered this knowledge, where do you want to start the investment from? Do you want to do buy and sell? Buy and sell too is a niche that sells a lot. Do you want to do rentals? Do you want to learn a skill and put your money into a skill? Like, let's say, I want to start an investment. Then I would be like, then let me go and learn about photography. So you do photography. One thing is that as a photographer, anytime you bought an equipment or a gear for your work, it's an investment you are doing. The fact that you are not putting money in a bank to generate you some percentage doesn't mean that you are not investing. So this microphone front of me is an investment. Yeah, it's an investment. For example, this microphone, let me give you something brief of what I'm saying. This microphone, for example, currently, we need only one. Or maybe sometimes two. But right now, we've bought 4 of them. Why? A lot of reasons why. One is because of price. I know that in the next 3, 4, 5 years, the price wouldn't be the same, but the microphone will still be the same. And I also know that in the next 4, 5 years, we might be needing about 4 or 5 microphones. So by investing, I'll buy 4 of them right now. So I've invested. Yeah, so these are some of the ways. So that I'm trying to explain the fact that when I say you should invest, it's not only about you putting money in the financial institution. That's what I'm talking about. So now you get a skill. Now when you get a skill, now you have the money there. All right. Then you try and you push the money inside. So am I going to do buy and sell? That is your capital. Am I going to be in real estate? Am I going to do affiliate marketing? You can't do affiliate marketing if you don't have that enough money on you. You might find yourself in trouble. I remembered when I started affiliate marketing in mobile phones, what happened to me was that the first deal I had, ah, oh Jesus, the first deal I had, it was a loss. The person made me go to collect the mobile phone. I brought the phone to the guy and he told me that I don't need a phone again. A phone of 1,500 cedis. Was it 1,500? No, that was 1,300 cedis or so. Then time I was in the university, a second year. Boy, I don't get money. And some small cash I have on me where I take go buy this for this person. I brought it. The person told me that Charlie, I know they buy again because 1 or 2 stuff be. Oh, come on. I was shocked. So imagine I didn't have money on me by then. What could have happened? So it was a loss, but then I used the phone because I used it. I used the phone myself because by then I even needed a phone. I used it and that phone blessed me. But what I'm trying to say is that you must have something to sustain your risk before you invest in any business. You have to plan of risk. What if? What will I do? So now it could be the buy and sell I talked about. It could be the rentals. It could be, real estate. Any area you want to actually go. Then this is what you do. If it is, let's say, lands, it's two things. You can start with your own money, or you can leverage. For example, let's say I'm selling my land at, let's say, 1,000 Ghana cedis. You can advertise 1,500. You can negotiate the person, do it 1,300. You come, you just give me my 1,000, then you take your 300 cedis. That is an investment. So as I said, every single business that you do, it is a financial investment. Every single business you do is a so you invest in that business. Is it hairdressing? Is it fashion design? You can name it. I was speaking with a lady right now. She is into fashion, and this is what she told me. She she needed a mobile phone, and I asked why hasn't she bought a new phone. She told me that well, the money that she planned to use in buying the phone, she has used it to buy fabrics. I was like, this girl, you are wise, you are intelligent. What is the use of having this mobile phone? You have this mobile phone, and you cannot purchase, how do I call it? Something simple that needs to be purchased. You can't purchase it for your business. No. So you see, that was a very wise and sound investment on her side. I was so proud. Now, so after you invest in your business, so the business can be plenty. Well, you have people come on this platform talk about them to us. Investments are diverse. We have diverse kinds of investment that you can do as an individual. Yes, so we have resource persons who will come in to talk to us about that. So now, after investment, the next place you can invest your money is in the liquid assets. So when I talk about liquid assets, I'm talking about treasury bonds, treasury bills, how do I call it, fixed deposit. You can name them, mutual funds. Yes, you can invest in those areas. Now, Let me talk about them, especially the fixed deposit and the treasury bill. Definitely, we will delve dive. I mean, we will delve deep into them in the course of the various sessions that we're going to have. So now, when we talk about treasury bill and fixed deposit, these two are investments that, I mean, you do and you get some percentage on them. Now, one thing is that these investments are legal. They are legal investments. Two, they are less risky. And because they are less risky, the profit too is less. And what happened is that anytime that you are buying any investment instrument, what happened is that it is pegged per year, per annum. So, for example, if you are, and normally what they have is they have 91 days, 182 days, 365 days. Now, 365 days investment is a 1 year period. And when you have 182 days, we are talking about a half year period, which is 6 months. And when we tell you 91 days, we are looking at a, a 1/4 year, which is 3 months. As I said, all of these are pegged to a year. So, for example, which is four, because when you divide a year into 3 months, we have four. So, for example, if you are going in for a 4 month, sorry, a 3 month instrument, it means that if the percentage they are giving you is, let's say, 10%, you will divide 10 by 4. When you divide 10 by 4, what you get is going to be the percentage they are going to calculate on your profit. I mean your distance, your principal. So let me try and do this calculation so that definitely we can all get me well. So for example, we have now we have our calculator in here. So for example, assuming that you are buying or you are doing an investment in the bank, okay, and then when you went, they told you, oh, so we have, so this is what they will tell you. Most there are times they will not even tell you about the fact that it is per annum. If, not all people, not all of them like to tell you. Or they will tell you that it is this, it is this, it is that. For example, if let's say the rate is, let's say, 10% per year, okay, 10% per year, uh, 10%. So we have 10% per year, which means 10 per 100. That is it. 10% means 10 per 100, which is 10 divided by 100. So it means that this is what they are going to calculate for you. Okay, now this 0.1, if you did your investment, if if you bought a 91-day instrument, what's going to happen is that they are going to make sure they divide this will be divided by 4. So when you went to the bank, they told you that, oh, it is 10% fixed deposit. This what, and you are buying it for, let's say, 20, oh sorry, 91 days. That 10% you were told is actually 0.025%. That's crazy, right? Good. So now let's assume that you've gotten, let's say, as a young guy, you've gathered some money from the business you started. Now you've generated some money. So no, I don't want to just be with the business. The business is growing. I've invested a lot in the business. Let me spread my investments. So let me try some fixed deposit or treasury bill. So now you go for 91 days with, let's say, 10,000 Ghana cedis. So 10,000 Ghana cedis, what's going to do is that you multiply this percentage by 10,000. So 0.025 times 10,000 is going to give you what? 250 Ghana cedis. So this means that, oh goodness, God should help us. It's not easy. Now you see, you see the amount there. So that tells you that uh, at the end of the day, oh God, that tells us that at the end of the day, you are going to get 250 cedis by the end of 3 months. So the question is, ask yourself, if you had, let's say, imported goods of 10,000 Ghana cedis, and you had, can't you sell it even within, uh, how do I call it? Can't you sell it even within a month? You can, right? No, you can do that. So you see that at this point, the banks are making profit off you. Good. Because now this same period, if the bank is to lend you money, you will cry. Good. So now let me come back and let's go in. So now I'm explaining the difference between the fixed deposit and the treasury bill. Now, so the difference we actually have between the fixed deposit and the treasury bill is that with the fixed deposit, it is an investment that you are going to do directly with your bank. Yes. It's like you are lending money to the bank with an interest. But then this one, they quote the interest for you. But when they are lending you, they will quote you their interest, not you. I hope you get it. Now, with Bank of Ghana, as an individual, you cannot go and borrow money from Bank of Ghana. No, but you can lend money to them. They can borrow from you. And when you are lending to, they quote their rate for you. What happens is that when you buy treasury bill, the treasury bill is actually, a financial instrument between, that's the government of a country uh, gave to, its citizens to actually invest in. So it's like the citizens are actually borrowing, lending money to the government. So if you realize, uh, let me use Ghana for example. In the third quarter, the government is looking at borrowing, I think, 38 point something billion Ghana cedis. 38 point, let's say 38 billion Ghana. That is how much the government is willing to borrow in the third quarter. When I talk about the third quarter, I'm looking at wow, looking at July, August, September. That's what the government is looking at, borrowing up to uh, 10 38 billion. Yes, so you realize that. So it means that if you buy treasury bill, you're not a small person. You're actually lending to your government. Look at the whole government, and you are lending money to. Okay, good. So now what happened is that with treasury bill, if you are an individual like myself, you cannot deal with Bank of Ghana direct. Normally, Bank of Ghana deals with, when it comes to this treasury bill, it deals with some financial institutions like the banks, maybe some hedge funds, some those big people. Yeah, they do. Unless a company like MTN and those other platforms, they can buy treasury bills directly from the government. But individuals like you and I, how you can buy a treasury bill is that you need a mediator. In this case, the one who will be mediating for you is the Bank of Ghana. Sorry, the banks. They are going to mediate for you. They are going to be the mediator between you and the Bank of Ghana. They are going to mediate for you. You and the Bank of Ghana. Okay, so this is what actually happened. What happened is that uh, currently, this next week, for example, the rate for 91 day at Bank of Ghana is, I think, 26 point 26 point something percent. So it means that the 26 point something percent, you have 20. Let's assume it's 26. Now this 26, the assumption that normally I use and tell people is that assume that the bank is getting 1%, but the banks normally get less than 1% of the percentage. So for example, let's the bank let's even assume the bank is having a percentage of, let's say, 0.9. It is even less than that. So 0.9% from this. It means you are left with what? 25.1. So Bank of Ghana is selling the bill to you at that rate. So this is what is going to happen. What happened in this regard? Uh, what happened is that you divide this by 4, as we did earlier. So we divide it by 4, you get what? 6.27%. Then you multiply it by 10,000. Oh, let me go here. You multiply it by 10,000. Then, oh shit, you come in. So there could have been a calculation before this. Unfortunately, I didn't do it. And good. So what you do is that that's 6.275. So the 6.275%, you have to first divide it by 4. We said it is per year, per annum. So 4. Oh goodness. We have a 26%. About 26%. The bank takes 0.9%, which is more, but that is the assumption I'm using on the average. Yes, so this one is your amount. Okay. Now I divide this amount by 4, divided by 4, which is first, second, third quarter. You get what? So say this is the percentage. But this percent, it is per 100. So you divide it by 100 per 100. That's going to give you 0.062 something. Then you multiply this amount by 10,000. Now you are making 627 Ghana cedis. Now this one, subtract 250 Ghana cedis from it. You are going to make 377. So it means that anytime you buy a treasury bill, you are making times 2 of what fixed deposit will give you. So this one, the banks wouldn't tell you. You have to learn to know, or you have to get a banker to explain this to you. You know, you have to get a banker to explain this to you. That is why normally, if someone comes to me to request, inquire of like somewhere to put money, not like invest in a business, but want to do like I invest here, I get a percentage. This is one. I normally recommend a treasury bill. The only reason is that there are some countries buying government instruments is very dangerous, especially if you are living in a country like Ghana. Government instruments aren't that cool. Then the next financial investment you can also do, which is not that advisable. But then if you are someone who work and receive payments in other foreign currency, you try and get a forex account and you keep the monies in. That one too is a very sound financial decision. Good. Now, still on the financial intelligence, the next thing that I'll talk about in regard to investment is about savings. You see, it is good. Normally, there's a lot of proponents or theories out there saying that don't don't save money. Savings is this, savings is that. Yeah, I know all this, I understand all this, but the thing is that even though it is not that financially sound and intelligent to be saving almost all your monies, yeah, it isn't that sound. But in fact, let me tell you, investment, if you are saving to invest, it is good. The reason why we say that you shouldn't save is that this monies that we are using, they are fake, in quote, in the sense that they don't stand, their value keep on depreciating. their values keep on depreciating because of the inflation and those kind of things. So, for example, if you had, um, let's say last year January, you had, let's say, 10,000 Ghana cedis last year January. Right now, that money will be something like 5,000 in terms of value. Yes, but then if you invested it, even though Krano, you see that there have been a reduction in value, it will be better compared to nothing. That's why normally we advise that don't save. But then if you are saving to compound the money and invest it, why not? It's very sound. And you see, one thing about investment is that when you are investing, I believe that you should also think about the long term. Long term investments are very good because, for example, the calculation I just did, I mean, you put your money for 91 days and it is giving you a profit of 600, let's say 600 Ghana cedis. That is way too small. But have you also thought about you compounding? Let's say you started with 10,000, then for 3 months, the next month you bring another 10,000. Let's even look at, you are bringing 5,000. You're adding 5,000 plus the profit. It matures after 3 months. When you are coming, you are bringing 5,000 again plus the already 15,000 plus and the profit. So you realize that if you compound and you keep adding, add for, let's say, 5 years. Oh goodness, you can give that a try. Yeah, I have my one of, I mean, my brothers that I work with. I advise them, Charlie, buy a treasury bill for now. I mean, the money is just there, lying down. If you don't have any business to invest in, put it in a treasury bill. At least it is better than nothing. I myself, there are times I do buy treasury bills. You know, then good. Then the next thing is that you can save to buy lands. Now you realize that I talked about the fact that the monies that we are having, they depreciate in value. Now, so you see that when, even though that investment is an asset, treasury bill is an asset. Yes, because it is an investment. We see that in terms of cash, assuming the inflation, everything is stable, it has increased in value. So a treasury bill, it's an asset. It is a liquid asset. But you see, those some of the assets, they don't appreciate in value because of inflation. But one asset that appreciates almost every single time, every single day in value is land. I'm not saying that go and buy land and build on it. That's not the investment I'm talking about. I'm talking about you buying a land and selling it because you are doing it as a business. Now, what happened is that land price increase per social amenities around. Realize that you just see a new site, they start selling the land as, let's say, 20,000. Give yourself, let's say, 6 months, you go to tell you it's 30,000. You still have to buy, because if you don't buy, the next time you go in to buy, it's something else. If you get it. So I remember there was a place that then I wasn't having money. I went to buy a land there, Charlie. I bought this land and I couldn't buy. I wished but I wasn't having money. The money I had on me, I used to buy the land I could afford. So I bought the land, and the next day I was called that, Charlie. There's this land, the amount they quoted for me. Can you imagine that? Let's say I bought the land at, let's say, 1,000 Ghana cedis. The next year they were selling the land at 1,500 Ghana cedis. That was so huge. So I was like, oh my God, if I had money by then, I could have bought it. So buying lands is so important. Lands do appreciate in value. But you see, I told you that before you invest, make sure that you have a risk attached to the investment. The risk attached to is for uncertain. For example, if you buy a land, you have to do papers and those kind of things. If you are to fence it, or let's say you have to put some pillars around it, all those ones, you need money. So you can't say that, oh, land, the amount is 2,000 Ghana cedis. I have 2 times, I'm going to buy. After buying, what will you eat? So you have to put all those things into consideration. Once again, my name is Ebenezer Amoako Entry, and this is financial intelligence, the skill that everyone must have to secure their future. So I tell you, if you have this skill or this intelligence that I made mention of, I believe that financially you probably wouldn't be struggling. Yes, that is what I believe, that you wouldn't be struggling. Investment is very, very, very important. And I've talked to you about not just putting money, just throwing your money. No, no, no. Good. Now, what I said means that if you follow through, that tells you that when you are investing, don't invest in something you don't know. Right now, if you tell me to go and invest my money mm, into, let's say, the selling of shoes, I wouldn't do it. Why? Because I don't know much about shoes. But if you tell me to invest my money in the selling of, let's say, camera equipment, I will do that because that is my field. I do buy cameras every now and then. I do buy lenses. I use them. So I know more about them. So if I'm to invest money and do business with them, I know what I am doing. Same thing. Someone to will be good at investing in laptops, but when it comes to, let's say, mobile phone, the person can't. It's there. So make sure that that thing that you are investing in, it is something that you actually know about. Now, the next thing I want to chip in, then maybe we can bring our session for this week to, this session to an end. Is actually on social media. Now you realize that on our social media handle, uh, most people find it difficult to invest. For example, if you're a YouTuber, you're a TikToker, you are a tweet guy. There are ways that you can invest in that business. Buying laptops. So if you are listening to me, you are a blogger or you are a YouTuber, you can take this financial intelligence tip from me. Do well to invest in your platform. When I say invest in your platform, I mean if you have money, buy good laptops and use them. Buy good cameras and use them. Uh, how do I call it? Hire people who are good. Don't just let them volunteer. Appreciate them. If possible, pay them. Buy courses for them. All these are investments you do in your business. This one, I am being straight on bloggers and YouTubers and TikTokers and influencers. Invest money in that thing you are doing. And if you're a Christian blogger, listen, just look at those in entertainment circles, how they invest money. How much more that we that are pushing the gospel. So you are pushing the gospel and don't want to invest your money. That is so bad. Honestly, it's so bad. Mashimolo with his wealth masterclass, he told us that, listen, if possible, buy the best equipment and use them. And it's true. Buy the best equipment and use them. I will hardly go and buy a normal laptop for video editing. I wouldn't do that. I'll just go and if before I'll buy a laptop, before I take money to buy a laptop for the media work we do. Goodness, I have to do a lot of research. I have to do comparison. It's hard for me to go and buy a laptop. The spec is way below the laptop we have available. It's very hard for me to do that. No, always just buy the best. And what is the result? The result is that when you are using them, it help you, your workflow, efficiency, speed, everything is there. So like, just invest, buy the best. There are some of us, we can afford to buy a good camera, but just go and buy some normal entry camera. You take videos and they are not nice. No, we don't push content out there like that, you know. So investment, all this one, before you can do all this, you have to be intelligent financially. You have to know that you are in this for a reason. You are pushing an agenda, and your agenda is not how do I call it? The agenda you are pushing is not an agenda that is against. It's actually an agenda that is pushing God's work. Yeah. So, for example, at Christocentric, when you are buying gears, when you are buying equipment to do our production, normally, even though it's not easy though, but I still know, well, this is a gospel something we are doing, so why not let us buy them. Let's buy them. You see the sound that is coming. This sound it didn't just come automatic. We have to invest in a microphone. You have to invest in getting a sound card. You have to invest in paying money to buy some plugins, all to make sure that we get a good sound. The music videos you've been doing, you know. Then the last now tell us on financial intelligence that when you are doing a thing, don't put money first. Yeah. Those who are intelligent or those who are wise financially, they normally don't put money first when they are doing investment. Because if it's going to be money first and the money doesn't come, yeah, so you burn out. You really burn out because the money isn't there. So what is going to happen is that you are going to be burn out. If you don't take care, you will give up. So that's why I normally tell people that don't put the money first. Yes, put value, put men first. They are the people you are serving. So you try and put them first. Yeah, put people first. Value them and let them be the main focus. And then so that you can actually give them the good and the right product that they need. Put people first. Put people first. That is it. That is it. Then I believe that when we have these, then financially we are sound and we are going to actually do our best. Now, there's this topic I'll come to treat. In fact, there's a lot of topic that next week or the next time you see me here, I'll be teaching you about the easiest way how to become poor. Yeah, it is a message I've written, how to become poor. Yeah, so if you want to be poor, I have some ways I can teach you. So it means that if you do this, you become poor. It means when you don't do it, you'll be rich. Yes, I didn't say how to make money, no, or how to become rich and millionaire. Those titles, no. I'm teaching you how to become poor. So when I'm teaching you how to become poor, and then you see that, oh, this thing that guy is teaching, I know them when I'm applying them, then that tells you why you still be poor. Yeah, so there's a series that I'm going to have. And going next week too, we're going to have a financial expert from Cowbank. He's coming in to take us through some of this finance. This what I did actually is kind of an intro. It is an intro that I've done to this financial series. So God willing, we have a financial person from Car Bank. He is coming to take us through uh, starting a business, getting capital, and those kind of things. He's going to take us through, and I believe it's going to be a blessing to you. Please make sure that you invite people to follow this stream. We are doing it because of you on this platform. As I say, realize that we have a lot of Christians on this platform, and you see, we normally go through the comment sections. We check your post. Some of you are complaining about financial breakthrough. But you see, the breakthrough, aside being prayed for, the breakthrough to must start from your mind. If you want to break through financially, your mind is the first thing you should think about. The mind is the first. We can be praying for you, pray. But if the mind is not working, forget about it. That is why we have this kind of videos. For example, we have most of us have been talking about marriage, marital problems. So that's why we have the marriage and family life program. So that all these shows we are doing is actually to the benefit of you that is watching me, you that is on this platform. You know. So please make sure that you invite people, like get people to be on board, invite them, let them come and be a part of this program, and I believe it's going to be a strong blessing to them. Once again, my name is Ebenezer Amoako Antwi, and so come. Those that sponsored this program is CHRISTOCENTRIC Media. Now, today I'm talking to you about one stuff that we do. So, at CHRISTOCENTRIC, one thing that we also do is that we rent camera accessories. Yes, so we have products like let me actually go through the product so that if you need the services, you can get in touch, and definitely it's going to be of help to you. Yes, so it's going to be of help to you. Unfortunately, it's not that open here, so we can't check. But then, Centric Media rents gimbals, on-screen monitors, video streaming transmitters, camcorders, Zoom field recorders. They sell wireless and lapel microphones for rent. They have strobe lights, uh, triggers for Canon, speed lights for Canon, soft boxes, 65 centimeters, 85 centimeters, 120 centimeters. They have them available. They have tripod stands, uh, Sigma lenses too are available, and they have Canon cameras R6D, 80D, and about T7. They have Canon 7200 lens and other lenses. So do well to make sure you get in touch and rent them and spice up that program that you're going to have. And also, if you are watching this video or you're on this platform and you want to get married, you can get in touch with Christocentric Media, and they make sure that they come to capture that moment for you at a discounted rate because you are watching us from Christocentric Message. There's a discount that will be given you if you call and tell us that, oh, I watched a video, I saw this ad on Christocentric Message YouTube page. There's a discount of 15% that we give to you because you booked through Christocentric Message. Thank you so much. Until then, bye bye.